I would say that people are not reacting out of hysteria, but out of experience and with a lot of uncertainty.
So, how are people in Venezuela reacting to what has happened in the last 24, 48 hours?
I would say it's a cautious reaction from the population after the tense night that we experienced last night in the Venezuela capital and cities near the capital. And many people have started to take the precautionary steps as securing food, medicines, and basic supplies. Basically, for the moment, it's a relative calm across the country. Daily life is trying to continue. It depend in the regions in Venezuela, as I've heard in the capital, like business are tend to be are closed, but as is in the case in my hometown in here in Maracaibo, it has been different. I would say that people are not reacting out of hysteria, but out of experience and with a lot of uncertainty.
And within that uncertainty, what are the actual certainties? What do we really know about how life is going to change for people in Venezuela? From your political analysis perspective, who's in charge?
At this moment, just a few hours ago, the Venezuelan legislative powers say that Delcy Rodriguez will run the country as the president of Venezuela. She was the former vice president of Venezuela. But at the same time, this morning, Donald Trump, in the conference that he gave from the United States, he said that the United States will run Venezuela. Uh, so I think we are facing confusions, and we are facing different statements coming from the U.S. government and from the Venezuelan government. At this moment, the Venezuelan government is still asking and still asking for Maduro to come back to Venezuela, and yeah, that's the latest update was that Delcy Rodriguez will run Venezuela as a interim president.
What do you think the role of Edmundo Gonzalez might be, the person who ran against and apparently won against Maduro?
The Of course, Edmundo Gonzalez was the candidate for the last year elections, but at this time he's not currently in Venezuela. Um, when he had to abandon this country, there were such negotiations for him to leave this country. Uh, I don't know how viable, how effective that can be, at least in the next hours, as he's not in the country, and um, so yeah, more than what Venezuelans expect or what the international community expects, it's what can really happen in a realistic scenario.
What do you think can happen realistically? What will the future few weeks of Venezuela actually look like in your estimation?
I I consider that the negotiation is has taken place in Venezuela. Negotiations between the Maduro's government and the Donald Trump government. Uh, I think that the future scenario is very uh, is very uncertain, and I hope that will be a negotiating with negotiation taking place in Venezuela.
Just tell us about Nicolas Maduro. Tell us about the support he had, about the fact that there were those who were very much against his regime. He's been around for such a long period of time.
Yes, this moment, what the information that we have in Venezuela, I would say worldwide, is that he is in prison. He will be condemned in under the U.S. justice. Uh, the He was always like the most important leader in his political party here in Venezuela. Last year, we heard some rumors about change in the face of his political party, but that wasn't the case. He has been the president, the candidate for his party, the Partido Socialista Unido de Venezuela, for the latest elections, and he was basically the leader of the Venezuelan government.
Tell us about Maria Cortina Machado, and I mean, she has said that the hour of freedom has arrived for Venezuelans. Do you agree with her?
I think the opinions about her can be split. In my opinion, she's talking about the freedom of Venezuela, but at the same time, today President Trump stated he doesn't consider her as a leader in Venezuela, that she doesn't have the respect from people to run Venezuela. That he basically said that she was nice, but she doesn't have the respect and the background to run Venezuela. And in my personal opinion, of course, this turns very tricky again, as she's not in Venezuela, not officially in Venezuela, after she did an operation, a high-risk operation to leave this country, to go to Oslo, Norway, to receive the Nobel Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize. And yes, she's talking about freedom in Venezuela. I don't stand completely with this statement. I do believe that we are still stuck in a very uncertain scenario in Venezuela, and that we don't really know what's coming in the next hours. Yeah.
Okay, Fabbiana, thank you.
Sí, yo sé.